Alright, chat, we have the remake trailer. It has been acquired. We are going to look at it in the giant plates that are on the outskirts of the, of Midgar itself.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir.
This shit! Oh my god, dude! So here's new shit that they've already added.
For saving my life. You think he's a keeper?
Oh my god.
The music, dude. Fuck me.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for was ever won without sacrifice.
Help me!
So you're actually fighting these things? No, this is the, that's the ghost train yard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marlene.
What y'all should be happy about is that they nailed Marlene. They got her. She's perfect. They nailed it, chat. That's one thing you've been asking for is Marlene this whole time. And look!
A good girl.
She's beautiful! Yeah.
I heard you're having second thoughts.
I know we have to think big if we're going to make a difference. But not like this.
Oh, fuck. Tifa feels bad that they're killing people. Oh, shit. This is good.
I feel trapped. My turn.
Get going.
I think Cloud's new VA is good. I think everyone sounds really good.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the VAs. I'm just confused as to why they changed it mid-development. It's just weird to me. I don't know. Something must have happened.
Yeah.
I've heard union thing or something.
Oh, dude.
Got you now! Huh?
Yeah, there's one screenshot we saw of this boss like a year ago.
Yeah. It's such a weird fight too. Well, it looked like he's hovering on the side now,
Yeah.
so you might have to switch to Parrot to shoot him.
Cloud, I have a favor to ask of you. Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
You bastard! Yeah!
That's gonna be fucking sick. That Cloud's gonna be haunting Sephiroth. I mean, Sephiroth's gonna be haunting Cloud now. That's that. I think
he did the whole game, or not the whole game. He did through the original too.
Well, I mean, sorta. He just had, but you never knew who it was. You never saw it. Like, it's like you got to think of FF7 through perspective.
When you go to Temple of the Ancients, he's like fucking with you the whole.
Well, that's
time.
like way into the game.
Yeah.
Like he just gets like flashes of shit at the beginning of the game. Like the first, like we're talking like 10 hours. Like you don't know much of what's going on.
Yeah.
Now they know that. Well, everyone knows who Sephiroth is now. Like, this is the perspective I'm talking about. They have the perspective of after FF7, before FF7 in the current game. And what do people expect? So it's like, well, we can have Cloud's, like, weird visions that he have actually be this Sephiroth that's in his fucking head, because ultimately, who's the last boss of the game? It's Sephiroth in Cloud's head that is haunting him.
It's a little weird though, because I don't think they even talk about Sephiroth until the Shinra Tower.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. They can inject Sephiroth in different parts now because people know you're not going to have a surprise of, oh, it's Sephiroth, because that's already fucking happened.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I mean. Like, perspective is different.
Well, it's interesting if they're going to do it, if they're going to tell it in a way where shit's revealed differently.
Right. Well, I mean,
they did talk about, hey, this is a perfect starting point for newcomers who hadn't played the original too, so I don't know.
I think even if you're a newcomer, you know who Sephiroth is. You know who Cloud is. You know that Aerith is going to die. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just...
But how nutty would it be if they changed the whole thing up, or she doesn't die now, or something? Or what if they change it up where, like, you go get her fucking holy materia?
I think that would be a disservice. If you...
Yes, it would. But I mean, I wonder if they're contemplating that. But Yeah.
So the whole gimmick of like Sephiroth now haunting you is because everyone knows who Sephiroth is. So you're not going to have this character sort of like saved to this point way in the story where you get to calm and then you have this big discussion.
Yeah.
My theory was that this game is going to end in Midgar, and then the second game, as you pick up Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 when it comes out in 2045.
Yeah.
It starts off in like the logo of the screen is just FF7 Part 2, and you're in the back of a bunker of the truck. And it's him and Sephiroth and a couple of other Shinra guys just like bouncing around.
Yeah.
Which is the story of them going to Nibelheim to get some backstory of that shit. That's how I would do it. Because then it goes back and you're in this little town of calm, and then you leave the town and here's this whole fucking world we have. Let's go. So
yeah, I can see how like Disc 2 is going, because like they may have them like leaving, like about to like they may show them like getting ready to leave Midgar at the end of this game.
Yeah.
And like I said, they'll pick up the second game. We'll be in the flashback. And
Lord of the Rings ending.
Yeah.
Literal, like we're gonna climb the crest of this, and you can see calm over there. Like imagine in the end, you just see like the sun is rising. You see calm in the distance. You see the fucking like the Phoenix Tower of everything in that one area. You could see Port Junion way over there. It's like, how cool would that be if that was the ending? It's like, fuck, dude. Like, god damn, I can't wait. And to give you that same feeling you have at the end of Lord of the Rings, where it's just like, I want more.
But the end of Lord of the Rings was horrible at the end, because like but once the music fades out and you see the direct, like, no!
Yeah. I remember at the end of Lord of the Rings that it was so well done that I forgot how long the movie was, and I was like, man, so they have to get like over all those mountains and do all this shit, and they gotta get to that like Mount Doom and whatever the fuck it was. And
it was Mount Doom.
How long has this movie been? It's gonna take. Why is it fading out? What's going on? Oh shit, it's the end! Like, I remember feeling that way at the end. I was like, oh fuck! Like, if they're able to encapsulate that in some way, that'll be really, I mean, in my opinion, that's just good storytelling is what it is.
Oh, I hope there's nothing with Genesis. I don't think they can.
No, I think
legally, I don't even think they can.
I think they've said that it's not going to be.
They said they were not going to incorporate.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm a diehard FF7 fan. Keep all that Genesis, keep all the Dirge of Cerberus. You could keep some Zack stuff. I think Zack's overarching story is great, but a lot of this stuff about like Genesis and the Apple and Loveless and like fuck that shit, dude. It was not good. I think Crisis Core is a good game. I enjoyed it, but those parts are not good.
Yeah, fuck all that.
You're allowed to like them. But I think that they definitely feel very separated from Final Fantasy VII in general, like a much different tone. And to me, tonality, this feels like FF7 still. Like, it still feels like we're in the world. We're just in a modern version of FF7.
Okay, so when they do these trailers, it has its one kind of feeling and tone. That's what you do as an editor.
Feeling and tone, yeah.
But when they were showing the gameplay and they were showing like the fight and the banter, it felt more like Classic 7 than
anything else.
When they're showing these trailers, these very cinematic trailers, it has a different kind of.
You're kind of worried. You're kind of like I don't.
Well, it has that very kind of like modern day Square kind of like.
Yep.
It's very high production, but it's very, very melodramatic.
Yes.
Because they're cherry picking, and that's what you do as an editor.
And there's a lot of melodrama in FF7 already.
There is, but yeah, they don't show all the the banter that Cloud and Barrett have on that first bombing run in a trailer, but they do have it in the gameplay, which was kind of like, as you were noticing, I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, we're not losing.
Yeah, we're not losing the characters
of what was happening in the game during these moments.
Like, I want to see Aerith crack jokes and shit. Just she does that. She makes fun of characters and stuff because she's snarky. Like, I hope that shit stays.
The real question will be: is Reno going to be like his Advent Children?
Probably not.
Or is he going to be more like original Reno?
I could see him being voiced by the same exact red-haired dude from Kingdom Hearts, Axel.
Was it Quentin Flynn?
Yeah, Axel is Reno.
Is it?
I almost guarantee you.
Okay.
Yeah, right, chat?
Because they made him sort of like, like a goofball in Advent Children.
Yeah.
And he wasn't nearly as much of a goofball in the original game. Like, they almost made him way more, like, comical.
Cloud must wear a dress. I think it's possible with the tone they're setting up.
Oh, fuck, yes!
They like, the thing is, if the game had a certain tone, that scene wouldn't work, you know? But that's the thing with FF7 proper, like the old one. It's got a very lighthearted, sort of serious at times, but very goofy, joking tone to it. And you've already seen some weird-looking enemies in here that are like...
No, they had the little, like, weird bird things.
Blurred, like... Okay, so they're already putting in everything. They're like, okay...
I think all the enemies we saw were from the original
They're from the original...
We didn't see the house.
The house isn't. Well, the house is like a bit later.
Yeah,
but
like we didn't see like the weird house with the weird chariot guy in the
Yeah.
ghost graveyard or the ghost train graveyard.
as long as they can keep that tone that like FF7 isn't a super serious game, it kind of has fun with itself at times. And even
Yeah.
like this is beyond translation. Even the Japanese version is a little comical at times. So I mean, we already got like Cloud and Barrett were kind of cracking jokes at each other during the
Yeah.
boss fight, and I'm like, these are very in character. This is good.
Yeah.
This is actually. Oh, they confirmed the cross dressing. Good. Fucking good. Like,
I mean,
keep it in there.
it's a part of the game.
It's a part. It's literally a part of the progressive part of the story.
I
like,
mean, yeah, you don't. There, you can still do it, and you can still.
you can not do it.
Well, you can not do it, but like you can still make it a big thing, and it doesn't have to. You can do it without being like, horribly offensive. It can be done.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it will be done because they're going to spend the money to do it. And stuff.
And it's not about Cloud like, oh, why is it a joke because Cloud is dressing up as somebody? Well, it's the tonality of the situation. Cloud doesn't want to do that.
But the funny part is that if you go way out of your way,
Yes. You can make him beautiful.
you can make him super beautiful to get him picked.
You can get him like the weird deodorant, and then you can get the silky dress.
Yeah.
And you can go way out of your way so that you can make him look stupid pretty.
Yeah.
And then he's obviously super uncomfortable with it in the game, and it's even more uncomfortable when he gets picked over the girls.
Yeah.
So it's not even a focus. Like you don't even have to focus on. It's just a thing that happins, just like it happened in the old game. It was like, oh, it's a fun, goofy moment with the characters.
I want to voice Don Corneo.
Oh, Don, yeah. They better make that guy look fucking gross. Don Corneo has to be some gross slime ball with a big Akuma symbol in the back.
They've clearly established that they're okay, like completely like dumping voice actors in this game. So let me be Don Corneo Square.
I just realized Don Corneo's sex house room has the Akuma symbol in the back.
Yeah, it has attention. It's on his bed.
You know what that means?
Heaven.
Heaven.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Heaven for me and my lovely brides to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. From what we've seen so far, the only downside is that it's not going to be a 150-hour, 500-plus gigabyte game. Like, which we're...
Yeah.
You'd probably have to wait until, 2025 to eventually get that. Because now that they have, So here's the thing. They have their first game. It's coming out soon. It's coming out within 7 months. So they have a basis. We have a basis for how combat's going to kind of work. We have the basis for character interactions. We have an engine that works.
The most I'm excited about is the actual combat.
And it looks fucking...
It's funny because, some people will be like, oh, fuck, I really want my turn-based traditional battle, and the old game still exists.
That's what I've been saying. And the old
But
games
I'm
are so
going to be
good.
real excited because I'm like, I feel like I'm going to be very comfortable with the battle system.
Well, it is known that the girl that was behind the... was it a girl or a guy that was behind the combat of Kingdom Hearts 2? Either way, chat will let me know who it is. But the combat designer who didn't work on Kingdom Hearts 3, who was the last combat I think they did was Kingdom Hearts 2 and a bit of FF15.
I didn't know it got switched.
Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. The person behind the combat of Kingdom Hearts 2 is working on 7 Remake.
Okay, yeah.
So that makes sense because Kingdom Hearts 2 does have the best combat system of all of the Square Enix's current action games.
No Vincent, no Yuffie, no Sid, no Nanaki.
Nanaki could be... definitely not Yuffie and Vincent, unless they change it,
Right.
And that's the thing. You could interject.
No Kate Sith.
So even going to Midgar Mansion, for say, Vincent's already on your team and you go to Midgar Mansion, and then Vincent starts having mad flashbacks or some shit.
Yeah.
There you go. And then he starts talking to Cloud, because that's where Cloud has a lot of story, is in Midgar Mansion.
No, I could see them holding back like Yuffie.
Mako Mansion,
I
whatever
could
the
see
fuck.
them holding back Yuffie, Vincent, and Sid for part
Shinra
2.
Mansion. Yeah, I mean they could just save that, as by the balls, like we're gonna keep this here. Yeah, this one is Midgar only. I've been saying that for 4 years that this shit's probably gonna be Midgar only. I'll be replaying the OG FF7 after E3, probably sometime after Samurai Showdown comes out. But yeah, we'll do a full lore run of FF7 with mods and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping some of the creepiness is still in there. It kind of depends.
Oh, that has to.
The problem is with shit like
Jeez.
Genova and Hojo and
It's
stuff, that
already-
might bump the game to a T or to an M rating because of graphical fidelity.
Yeah, I think
If you
they'll.
see a headless Genova floating in the cave,
They're gonna have to be very careful.
Yeah, and there's that part where it makes all those blood stains all over Shinra Tower when it escapes. And, there's a part where President Shinra gets fucking impaled.
Yeah, they could still do that. Even if they made the game M, their entire audience that is going to be interested in this game, and the probably 8 million people that are going to buy it, are all over 18. You realize that? Like,
Yeah, of
almost
course.
everyone that would actually buy this game is over 18.
Anyone who was born when the first game came out as an adult
Is over 20 years old now, even if you were born in 97. So, it's not even really an issue if it was M-rated. I don't think they need to. Like, they could. They definitely could.
Fuck. Did you say fuck
I
in
think he
the other
said
game?
shit. Well, he says fuck, but it's censored in the previous video.
I mean,
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir.
This shit, dude. So Jesse and Biggs and all these characters are on bikes at some point.
yeah.
And they've somehow stuck in a bike sequence, which is at the end of Midgar.
I wonder if this is put in at the end of the first bombing mission. when
Maybe.
going back to Sector 7.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but
It's not happening. It's not going to happen after the second failed bombing.
So
mission.
here's the funny thing. CyberConnect 2 made this game. I don't know if you've ever played it. They made
Yeah,
a
the
mobile
G-Bike or whatever.
G-Bike, like FF7 game where you literally do this shit. You dodge things and you whack.
Yeah.
So to see it sort of like brought back in many ways is fucking awesome, man. And this is kind of the thing. This is one of the things I was worried about. FF7 is a game that is exemplified from its variety. There's so much shit you can do in
This
the
is a
game.
good idea to expand this too, because it was like, yeah, you only had the one instance. in
Yeah, the
original
one
game,
instance,
but
and then you had to go to the arcade.
Since you're here longer in the game and in this city, like it makes sense to put another.
And it's just a cool ass set piece. Like you're on the back of a bike, fucking fighting shit. Yeah, there's Biggs and Wedge over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're definitely escaping from something. This is probably going to be a big deal. Fuck, that looks sick, man.
You can have it for saving my life. You think he's a keeper?
On my go.
Fuck me, dude. It looks so good.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here.
You know what this is giving me vibes of? When we saw Resident Evil 2 Remake for the first time.
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh wow, so you're changing things, but fuck, it looks good. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, it plays good. Like, and we don't know how it plays yet, but hopefully when we get
You have
there,
a much
it'll-
better idea how this plays than most games they've shown at the show, though. You really think?
Wow,
about
that's
it.
actually really true.
Yeah.
Yeah, of most things that are big for E3 this year, we know more about
You
this
know way more how this plays than most video games they've shown.
than all the big games. Yeah.
Fighting for was ever won without sacrifice.
Help me!
What the fuck does Barrett say? Fuck.
Well, maybe he says it in the gameplay thing.
Oh man, yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude! I can't even believe what I'm looking at. If you had shown this to me in like the late '90s, I would have just asked for like a cryo chamber or some shit. I just freeze me,
That
motherfucker,
was in the gameplay. That's what I figured.
freeze me, chat. Look at her, freeze me now. Just freeze me, chat room.
Arlene.
People were hoping she was going to be a little more muscular than that. That didn't happen.
She looks pretty muscular.
No.
I mean, she does. She looks fit.
looks
She just
like-
doesn't look like. I mean, she's got like abs.
Have you been a good girl?
I don't know how much more buff. You want her to be buff.
No, I would mind. People were saying
you
this
want
in
her.
the chat. I didn't really care.
Well, people want her to
People were
be.
like, I just want her to have muscles. Give her muscles.
People want her to be darly buff. Like, ugh, like, or I'm sorry. What's the girl from Dragon's Crown?
Oh God, yeah, the Amazon. or
The
whatever.
Amazon.
Yeah.
People wanted Tifa to be the Amazon from Dragon's
yeah.
Crown. You're allowed to want that. It's a little out of character,
Yeah,
but whatever.
People were like, I want her to be really buff.
She
I'm
looks. I think the idea is that this costume makes her look strong.
Like, yeah, I'm like, Japan's not gonna make her look all.
Like
rated out.
having her. So they gave her big ass like thigh high sock things. That's the big thing that's changed.
Yeah, well, the skirt's different. It's not like a.
The skirt's a little
It's not
different.
a tube skirt. It's more of a flayed one.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, she still looks strong. Like that's what the character needs to be. She's gonna
She
be
looks
punching
like
the shit out of
Tifa.
things.
I heard you're having second thoughts.
I know we have to think big if we're
I
going
like
to
how
make
she
a
has
difference.
the metal plates on the gloves. Those are
But not like
real.
this.
You can get real gloves like that, but they're highly illegal
Hmm.
because they're for fighting. They're for
I
street
feel
fighting.
trapped.
So this is an interesting character thing they're doing here, where Tifa doesn't really know about this because she's like, we're potentially killing people. And we're like, fucking...
It's kind of a little bit like, duh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is that the gimmick in the story of the first game, when the thing blows up, I think Biggs or Wedge was like, I didn't know the explosion was going to be that big. And he's like, why was it so big? And this is when you're talking to them in the arcade room at the bottom of the thing. And he's like, I was just following the guide. And he's like, did you know it was going to be? He's like, well, it's already done.
Yeah.
So it was more like they didn't intend for it to be that way, but this is like the thing they didn't consider before. They're like, it's going to be this small thing. We're just going to hurt them.
Yeah.
But then they were, oh fuck, we're like, people died. Like, oh shit. Like, and Barrett's like the one that's like, no, everyone I know has died. We're fucking going through with this shit. Like, they're going to kill more people than we were. So it's good story bullshit. Like, it's like what FF7, what makes it really good is like a thematic sort of game.
Assuming this is when like their IDs fail.
Yep. It's gotta be. God damn, these guys look awesome. These are just the weird squid dudes in the sewers.
Yeah, yep. Weird turtle, whatever they are. Tifa.
Hit sparks look awesome, man.
Like,
yep. Because it's got to be in the front. That's where he grabs it.
Yep. That's the Incornio's.
Apps. Yeah, it's just got a weird name. It's called Apps.
Apps. Yeah, that's
right. So Tifa's got somersault kick. She's gonna have to have. I'm gonna grab you and then pick your ass up. And backdrop. That has to be there. That's a Final Fantasy classic. And you know why? Like, they seem to be specifically adding all these things to like make people happy, because like Resident Evil 2 Remake, when I heard that there was a developer talk with Kamiya and you know the guys that worked on RE2 back in the day, and they said the thing they did for a lot of the developers is they brought in people that are newer to Capcom because they grew up playing RE2.
Yeah.
They brought in a lot of people that like know the things that make RE2 great instead of just the guys who made it, because it's different in the minds of many people. And that's what I feel like is happening in FF7 Remake a little bit. Get it into the hands of people that grew up with this shit. The reason they're at Square is because they love Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, and there's the interesting thing with Remake, RE2 Remake, is they had a lot of really different ideas, and they actually
went more conservative.
They scaled back a little bit because they were like, okay, well, I like the idea where they're like, hey, we were thinking of putting the lab, you know, somewhere else in Raccoon City, and you went down a gondola to the lab.
Yeah, and
but they said you would drive up to it, and they said, well, if you could get in a car and drive, why
would it be there?
Why wouldn't you just drive away?
Yeah,
So,
that's the Hard Edge chat room. That's the sword that you normally... Cloud doesn't usually get an upgrade of the Buster Sword until the end of... until literally the end of Midgar, practically. You steal it from, like, a red dude.
And this isn't... Normally, this isn't too far into the game.
This is actually, like...
This is just after the introduction.
First or second boss.
Yeah, it's when you go to the second bombing run mission and it fails and fucking...
So, it's obvious that they're going to take weapons that you can get and put them in different areas. Because, you know... Probably the climbing of Shinra Tower is going to be near the end of the game. I mean, it makes sense.
You would assume so.
Yeah.
And then, what was that weird Road Warrior robot you fight at the end of the freeway?
Oh yeah, that ridiculous looking thing.
Road roller.
Yeah, Road Roller, something weird, some weird shit.
He's probably not going to be the last boss.
He'll probably be a boss, but he won't be the last boss of the game.
He'll probably have a weird duel with Sephiroth, I imagine.
I think it'll
or
be,
even Genova.
I think it'll be it might be Rufus, because they haven't shown Rufus yet. He could be the technical focal bad guy.
Yeah.
And they can make you hate Rufus, and then he doesn't die and he gets away, and it's just like, well, we gotta go do all this shit now.
Motorball. Yeah.
Cloud, I have a favor to ask of you. Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
You bastard! Yeah!
Hold on to that hatred.
Hold on to that hatred. Ooh, shit. Ooh, they're making Sephiroth spicy. That's good. That's good. He has to have his creepy ass one-liners and shit.
I think he's quoting Zack there.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit. He's
literally telling him what Zack told him at the end.
A favor to ask of you. Run away.
Oh, because he would know.
Yeah.
Because Sephiroth's connected to Zack. He's connected to Cloud because of Genova cells. Like, pretty much Sephiroth is like the Wi-Fi network, and then everyone else is the peers. And that's why
it's not even really Sephiroth. It's actually
It's not. It's
actually Genova, I think.
this
technically.
this Sephiroth is in Cloud's head.
Yeah.
He's not even a physical manifestation. That's why the last boss of the game, spoilers, is a mind fight. Like, he has to get Sephiroth out of his head because it's what's been haunting him his whole life.
Yeah, real Sephiroth's like torso-less in the fucking northern crater
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that's where Sephiroth's, that's where the router is
Yeah.
up in the northern crater.
Yeah.
And he just contacts all the peers and tries to get him to come up to him. Like that, if for layman's terms, that's what's going on. Sephiroth is the
You
torrent.
have to leave. You have to live.
You bastard!
Okay, yeah. Let's go find that other gameplay stuff.
Cloud attacks, dodges, and blocks, all in real time.
That's important. This is a Square Enix game. You don't know if they're gonna have some fucky thing where, like, the game just plays itself, and then you put a card in. Like, there's some weird fucky, like, insane Square Enix idea. Pretty simple. There's an attack button, there's a dodge button, there's a block button, and the fact that that is established, that's why they're saying it.
Yeah, ultimate diamond weapon when he's in like when you're on the beach.
It'll just be
protecting the town. And
yeah, dude. Imagine the diamond weapon fight, because it's not gonna just sort of be you alone. It's probably gonna be like, dude, the diamond weapon fight's gonna be amazing because it's gonna be all of the Midgar soldiers are getting ready to like fight this fucking thing, and they're like aiming the laser at it and all this stuff. So you're gonna have like this legion of like 100 soldiers, and you're like, fucking stop this thing from getting to the city. Like, Jesus, dude.
I think it's diamond weapon on the beach. It's funny looking, almost.
Yeah, because he just just very. Now it's gonna be like a thing. Get the Highwind to shoot missiles at it while it's getting to like.
Yeah,
you can have like mini games during that shit now.
Yeah, well,
That's what I would
what is
do.
the diamond, what's the weapon that attacks Midgar?
That's diamond weapon.
Okay, and then there's the other one that flies around. He's real fucking annoying because you have to chase him.
That's ultimate weapon.
That's ultimate weapon. Yeah.
It's,
He's annoying. And then like, fuck, I want to say Emerald's harder than Ruby, but Ruby's not easy either.
Emerald's the one underground with like under the water with 20 minutes, and
Ruby's harder.
Ruby is technically easier, but he's got like a gimmick.
Yeah.
And if you get it past the gimmick, it's not that bad. But yeah, like imagine like, yeah, it emerges from the ocean, and there was a mini game where like all the Shinra guys send out like jets and Harriers to go fucking shoot this thing, and you have to jump in like the Highwind and shoot it with the Highwind or something. Fuck, it'd be so sick.